Hello, everybody. It's really lovely to be here with the fantastic Eve and our wonderful group today. Eve, I met Eve at Psychologies. I don't think we've actually met in person, have we? No. Actually still face to face, but I got to know your work when your book came in. You were introduced me at Psychologies by M&A. And she was like, oh my God, you've got to read this book, and this is really great. And this is your book, The 365 Ways to Feel Better. And I think there it is. Put it up again. Let's do a proper thing. See, Eve's already written her book.
With a gorgeous endorsement by Suzy.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Oh, what does it say? What do I say?
This book will transform your life. Radical self-care in easy baby steps. What's not to love?
It's so true. It's so true. I've still got it at home. I've still got it at home, and I still refer to it now. So it's a wonderful book, very in-depth and practical. That's what I like about it. It's practical and doable. So it's really, really great. And oh, look, there's your cat behind you, the magic. And Eve,
very magnificent.
And Eve was just talking about how she has just moved to Ireland, Westport, and how that's going. So tell us a little bit about that before you start the session. Tell us about how you got to Westport, because that's really magical.
Okay, so I'm Indian Irish, born in London, but when the vote happened, I took it really personally. I look white. I've had a lifetime of white privilege, but it horrified me that the bulk of people who'd voted were harking back to the horrors of empire. So I was crying every day, and then I stopped. And then one day I saw Boris Johnson on the news, and I thought, oh my God, he's not backing down. This was 2018 on Valentine's Day. And I was sobbing tears of self-pity. And I thought, well, I'm youngish, free and single. I've got no dependents, I'm moving, I'm going to flee the country. And it's like, I've always had an Irish passport. I only speak English. So I thought Ireland, and I kept thinking I'd wake up and feel differently. But the more a friend recommended Westport, she said it met all my criteria. I wanted the sea, the mountains, public transport. And the more I found out about it, and I've been here over 3 years, and even today I was in the sea this afternoon, and it's like pinching myself at how lucky I am to live here, and just thinking it was just like no one who knew me would have thought I would have done that. But it really felt, I've planted 32 trees. I still have all my friends in the UK, but I've made lovely friends here. And yeah, I'm still pinching myself.
Oh, it's such a great story. It's a really great story, coming home on some level or another.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing today, Eve.
Okay, so I offer a lot of trauma-informed therapies. I'm a counsellor, a supervisor, a coach, and a yoga therapist for mental health. And when I started doing Yoga Nidra, I hated it. Everyone else seemed really relaxed, and because of my trauma history, I found it really hard to relax into. So I learned a trauma-informed version, and it's very much up to the individual to do what feels comfortable for them. But it's a really powerful tool, because we're really harnessing the power of the unconscious mind through that deep state of relaxation. And I think there's a trend towards doing less and not being workaholics, and recognizing like the importance of downtime and the importance of intuition and all these things. And Yoga Nidra, it helps us connect with our inner joy. It helps us connect with that expansive part of ourselves, which is why I loved the picture Suzy had chosen for the event today. It helps us connect, have I said joyful part, intuitive part, expansive part? And we're also going to talk a little bit before we begin about the Sankalpa, because that is a positive intentional resolve that you use, ideally the same one at the start of each Yoga Nidra. But it might be that it changes. Like in one of my membership programs, we have a different theme every week. So sometimes people use their ongoing Sankalpa, and other times it might be to do with that week's theme. It's very much about what works for you, but by connecting with what you want from the heart, giving yourself time to visualize it, to connect with the feelings involved, using all the senses, imagining it as a reality, you're naturally imagining potential obstacles, and in a relaxed, easy, enjoyable, imaginative way, imagining them being released. Or it might be that you think, actually, that's not for me. So it's a way of rehearsing, but from this state of deep relaxation. And when they've done studies of brain activity, Yoga Nidra takes people through all the different brainwave stages. So we're really harnessing that state between sleep and wakefulness. So it's a really powerful time to make those deep changes with practice, to help create those neural pathways that help you make the impossible possible, like moving to the west of Ireland from Essex. So like moving my practice online, all the rest of it. Sorry.
Or writing a book.
Or writing a book. Yeah, you don't all want to move to the west of Ireland. Today's is about writing a book. Today, I thought if we focus, we've done almost a month, it's the 29th. I've done 21,500 words of mine since the start of June. Yeah, and I love the energy people have for moving forward. So I thought we'll do something to help harness the progress people have already made. I know other people are coming on board and perhaps starting closer. But I'd love to hear, before we begin, just to help me tailor it even more, do you all have a Sankalpa? It might be as simple as write my book, or publish my book, or become a best-selling author, or change lives with my writing, or anything at all. What comes from your heart when you think about what it is you want? So you might want to close your eyes, you might want to ground, you might want to rub your hands together, place them over your heart center, really let it come from your heart. This isn't something you should be doing or ought to be doing. It's something you genuinely want for yourself. The simpler, the better, and also positive in the present tense, as if it's already a reality for you. It might be, I have fun writing every day. So what I'm going to do for those of you listening to the recording is I'm going to pause the recording so the people on the call can share. So getting ready for the Yoga Nidra, making yourselves as comfortable as you can. So you might want to grab some extra layers. You might want to grab a duvet. You might want to grab a t-shirt or an eye mask and place something over your eyes to help you really withdraw your senses from the outside world and go into the wonderful world of your imagination as you follow the relaxation. Just as with physical yoga practices, sometimes we're more flexible or we have more strength or stamina, and other times we don't, or balance. With the Yoga Nidra, sometimes our concentration is great and we follow along and we have all that focus and we really fine-tune things. Other times we drift in and out of consciousness. You may want to put your video off if you'll feel more relaxed that way, but you're perfectly welcome to keep it on. It's very much about connecting with your unconscious mind, allowing yourself time to rest, allowing yourself. Can we check that everyone's phones are on silent as well? If you're not on mute, you might want to mute yourselves, but you're welcome to stay on. I'm going to quickly mute my UK phone, which I'd forgotten was on. I'm in the habit of always doing my Irish phone, but I just forgot this one. But we're going to have different sounds. You're going to be aware of the sounds inside the room you're in, as well as from this room. There might be some cows or donkeys outside at certain points. There will be whatever noises are outside your room or your space. And it's one of those things we often associate a serenity with Yoga Nidra, or with writing, with the words flowing really easily and effortlessly, whereas in reality sometimes there can be a lot of angst going on. So if you're next to a crowded bar, or if you're next to a busy train station or something like that, recognizing it makes it more of an advanced practice, but life can be messy. So the better able we get at cultivating the mind through this kind of practice, the easier it is to then keep our focus on what we want to be doing, be that writing or anything else. So if you have low blood pressure, you might want to sit down for this, or maybe against a wall. If not, you might want to lie down on a bed, on a sofa, on the floor. If you're lying on your back, you might want to have the head, neck and spine nicely aligned, palms facing upwards, allowing the feet to relax. You may want to place a bolster under your knees to help you support your lower back. Really connect with the earth's nourishing, grounding, supportive energy, and let yourself feel that. You're not writing this book on your own. You're not doing it all alone. You have that supportive earth energy, and you can connect with that anytime you choose. So pressing into all the parts of the body that are touching the earth, noticing how your clothes feel on you, noticing how the blanket or any other things feel on you. Notice how the air feels around you. Bring the awareness back to any noises inside the room, outside the room, from here, maybe inside your own body. And just naming them, not judging them. And then bringing your awareness to your sankalpa. So we've had a little bit of a discussion around that already, but allowing it to come from the heart. You may want to place your hands on the heart center. Just mentally repeat your sankalpa to yourself a few times and notice how it feels in your body as you imagine your sankalpa, that positive intentional resolve, becoming a reality for you. So it may be, I've written my book, or I've had my book published, or whatever energizes you, whatever makes your heart sing. So before I started the recording, I was saying about how sometimes it's easier to focus, sometimes it's easier to concentrate, other times our mind wanders. Giving yourself a break, letting whatever happens happen. If you fall asleep, that's fine. You're not going to get the full benefits, but it's clearly what you need. Yoga Nidra helps to increase dopamine by up to 70%. So that helps us not only feel good, but it helps with motivation. So if you enjoy this and you want to make it a regular practice, the recording will be available for you, but it will help you relax into your writing and making it as enjoyable as possible. So I want you to take your sankalpa and imagine it as vividly as you can. So you might want to start by imagining how you look as you think about your sankalpa being a reality for you, how others see you, how you see yourself, and anything else you can see. Like it might be the book itself you're seeing, it might be other things. But let yourself imagine what you can see. Moving on to what you can hear. So it might be a phew, did it, self-talk. It might be astonishment. It might be other people congratulating you. It might be music, maybe welcoming you onto the equivalent of Oprah's book club, or it might be nature sounds, but make it as vivid as you can in terms of the self-talk and what others say to you, and any other sounds as you imagine your Sankalpa being a reality for you. And noticing the biggest feeling, the most prominent feeling, the most prominent emotion as you connect with your Sankalpa. It might be awe, it might be pride, it might be joy, it might be anything at all, but get a sense of where you're feeling that in your body as you just imagine how good it's going to feel when your Sankalpa is a reality for you. And also connecting with other physical sensations. So it might be imagining holding the pages of your book. It might be off the printer. It might be the printed copy from the publisher. It might be the pen and books at your book signing. It might be anything at all, but get a physical sense of what you imagine with your Sankalpa becoming a reality for you. And also getting a sense of any smells, any tastes. It might be food or drink you want at your book launch, or it might be something you're going to treat yourself to when you complete the draft. Anything at all that you can ground with smell or taste. So letting it go for now. And bringing the awareness to the right hand thumb, and we'll rotate our consciousness around. So there's no need to move. If you need to move, if you want to move, check in with yourself and give yourself permission to move. This is very much about relaxation, not endurance. But starting with the right hand thumb and mentally follow along. Index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, and the little finger. The palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf muscle, shin, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the little toe. Bringing the awareness now to the left side of the body, the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, fourth finger, and the little finger, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left side of the waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf muscle, shin, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the little toe. Bringing the awareness now to the back of the body, the very base of the spine, the lower back, the middle of the back, and the upper back, the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade, the back of the neck and the back of the head. Now the front of the body, the pelvis, reproductive organs, lower abdomen, navel, upper abdomen, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest, the throat, the face, the top of the head, the right ear and the left ear, the right eye and the left eye, the nose, the mouth, the whole of the face, the whole of the head, the whole of the body. Getting a sense of the whole of the body, connected with the earth. No need to expand or contract, just taking a few complete breaths here. Finding a part of the body that feels cooler right now. Noticing how that coolness feels. Using your imagination or your memory to imagine being pleasantly cold. Noticing where you feel that as you imagine it. Where in your body. Letting that go for now and bringing to mind its opposite as you find a part of the body that currently feels warmer. Noticing that warmth, maybe that heat. Noticing how it feels, and again, bringing in your imagination or your memory to think of a time where you felt pleasantly hot or warmer still. Noticing where you feel that in your body. And in your own time, moving back and forth between that warmth and that coolness, feeling one, then the other. Maybe both at the same time. If you're able to feel both at the same time, that's wonderful, but no pressure if not. Letting the temperature go for now and thinking of a time in June or another time in your life where you felt really connected to your writing, where it's flowed easily, enjoyably, effortlessly, and you've known that you're on track to making all your writing dreams a reality. Notice how you feel in your body as you connect with this memory or imagine how that might feel. And now connecting with its opposite. A time, again, maybe this month, maybe another time, where you've wondered what on earth you're even attempting, that it's no good, you'll never amount to nothing, and it's all hopeless. And noticing where you feel that doubt, that fear in your body. Noticing which thought you believe more as you, again in your own time, go back and forth, feeling one and then the other, that this is easy, this is effortless, I'm being guided, I'm making the space and time to do what wants to flow, and that it's all hopeless. So noticing the different sensations you feel with each, any other thoughts and beliefs that come up for you. And advanced practice, notice if it's possible to feel both at the same time, to connect with both at the same time. Letting them go for now and bringing your awareness to that intuitive part of yourself. You may feel it around the eyebrow center, the third eye. You may feel it somewhere else, but allowing that intuitive part of yourself to guide you for your highest good, to be open to an insight, maybe right now, maybe later on this evening, maybe tomorrow. It might be a symbol, it might be an image, it might be a sentence. It might be a next step to bring you towards your Sankalpa becoming a reality for you. So there's no need to force anything, no need to put any pressure on yourself. Simply getting quiet and still and allowing that intuitive part that you have within you to emerge when the time is right. It might be later on in the process when it comes to approaching agents or publishers or Anything else? Letting it go, knowing that you always have access to this intuitive part of yourself, and the quieter you get, the stiller you get, the easier it is to listen. And now connecting with that joyful part of yourself. So you may feel it all along the surface of your skin, like bubbly effervescence, like when you're laughing and you're not meant to be laughing and you can't control it. Or it may feel like that joyful part of you is hidden. It might feel dimmer, it might feel deeper, it might feel buried, it might feel painful to not be able to easily connect with it. But you have joy as your birthright. So I'm inviting you to be open to that joyful essence within, whether you're remembering it or feeling it now or imagining how joy might feel for you. So I know a lot of you looked joyful as you talked about your writing goals, your sankalpas. It might be that, it might be something else, but allow that inner joy to infuse every cell of your being and your writing now and in the future. Noticing where in your body you feel it most strongly. Really getting a sense of how joy feels for you. It's different for all of us. And obviously we live in the real world, and the more we connect with how joy feels for us, the easier it is to make decisions that align with that, to let all the other stuff fall away, to make more time and energy and space for your writing. So letting it go for now, again, knowing that you can reconnect with that joyful part of yourself anytime you choose. And now allowing yourself to connect with that limitless awareness, that expansive part of yourself, that part of you that has survived whatever you've been through, whatever challenges you might be facing now, whatever comes up in the future, that part of you that has faced rejection as a writer or feared rejection and become better at it as a result, that part of you that maybe fears rejection but knows ultimately it will bring you closer. Just maybe imagining yourself as a blade of grass in a meadow, a drop in the ocean, a star in the galaxy, or a grain of sand on the beach. Allow yourself to connect with that limitless, expansive awareness, completely whole and unique, and part of something bigger than yourself. You don't have to do this alone. You're connected to the group, you're connected to the universe. So letting that go for now and bringing your awareness back to your sankalpa from the start of the practice, that positive intention or resolve. Noticing as you imagine it becoming a reality for you more easily, more joyfully, more effortlessly than you could have imagined. If any additional insights come to mind about a potential next step, make it as tiny a step as possible, something really easy, enjoyable, sustainable. Letting it go for now and noticing what's happening with your breath. And as you become aware of the breath, allowing it to brush away any residual doubts, any fears, any worries. So with each exhalation, allowing the breath to sweep out those energies that you no longer need, down through the body, out through the fingertips, out through the toes, up through the head, out through the crown of the head. Allow the breath to clear your energy, to clear any blocks. And allow your breath to send light, to send healing, to send grace through the body, through the energy field. So just imagining the breath sending light, beautiful, brilliant, golden, grounding light, again down through the very tips of the toes and tips of the fingers and up through to the crown of the head, so filling the whole of the body, the whole of the energy field. And as you do this, noticing what's happening in your body, noticing how you want to move, if you want to move. You've been still for a while, so gentle movements, maybe shrugging the shoulders, maybe gently moving the head from side to side, maybe hugging the knees into the chest and rocking a little, maybe wriggling fingers and toes, but moving in whatever way feels good for you as you begin to bring your awareness and your attention back to the room, back to the day, back to this beautiful new moon, wonderful time to be setting and working with intentions. And let yourself come back to a normal awareness, allowing yourself to feel refreshed, recharged, and alert. So when you feel ready, coming back to a seated position, I'm going to stop the recording, but invite you to journal for yourself, and feel free to message in the group or email me, eve@selfcarecoaching.net, with any questions or comments.